Oh, there you are. You're there. Mm-hmm.
Let me take a sip out of this cup here.
Oh, is that an undefeated cup?
That's the 3-0 cup.
3-0.
You gotta put it where people can see it.
Oh boy.
Brag,
The
brag,
funny.
brag.
Oh, listen, everybody had
Listen,
something to
my
say.
perfectly imperfect cup is much cuter.
Everybody had a lot to say when we weren't 3-0. So, ironically,
This is
I wrote
true.
that in green, not thinking about the green screen.
Yeah,
And this cap is green.
and it goes black.
And
Sure
it's
looks
black.
black on
Yeah.
there. So,
So it looks
pretty
black.
funny.
Listen,
Thought I was
3-0.
slick
I'm
and didn't
proud.
even
I'm
think
happy
about
for
it.
you.
So, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm proud that your green goes black.
Listen,
their jerseys
in
are
all,
black.
I was
Either
gonna
color is
say,
good
in
for
all
you.
irony, I've been trying to change the green to black for a long time. So
You have.
Looks good. I like
Hey,
it.
it looked like you had a great game.
we did, yeah. Boys had a good game.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan not being there, Coach not being there, and you guys went in and
Yeah,
battled.
that was a really tough team.
I
Yeah,
love these action pictures. They're my
Yeah.
favorite.
I tell you why these pictures make me laugh the most is almost all of them. You just see the linemen in the backgrounds. You know, as my boy, and then Noah,
Standing there, huh?
and then Tony and Joe celebrating after a touchdown, and they're like, "All right, give me a water." Yeah,
Look at that.
Coming out the tunnel.
I love the tunnel.
yeah, very cool.
That was a good thing
Very
to
proud
do.
of those guys. They have their shovel game this week, which is a
Ooh.
big rivalry with Lake Havasu on the
Yes,
road in
sir.
Havasu. So we'll go test that 3-0 real fast right down the road with a tough team. So
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
do
we
I?
got a little
Our
action.
Do I
game-
wanna
yeah,
ask?
Our game didn't go so
Hold on a
good.
second. We got it. Oh yeah, it's a real fast clip.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
it's fast. That's my boy taking
All right, we'll
this
go
guy
here.
out. Yeah.
All right.
The weather was pretty wild. The sky was pretty.
Yeah.
Shows that picture. Our score was awful, so you know.
Did,
we're not
did you
gonna
have
run.
any weather delays or anything?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like we missed what was going on here and missed what was going on there, and it was really nice. It was
Oh,
cool.
that's
It was
awesome.
a nice night.
That's good.
Very exciting. Very fun.
Well, not fun when you get your butts kicked.
Well, I meant you know.
Fun, yeah.
We won't talk about that.
I did get to go to Target or to TJ Maxx and Ross up there, so it was a little early on the game. Yeah, so that was good.
So you know what's so
The
funny?
highlight of the weekend.
We
All right.
were, God, where were we? I think maybe we were in Pittsburgh or North Carolina or Tennessee. I don't know. When we were on our trip and we were killing some time, or maybe somebody forgot something and needed something. You know, you're on
Yeah.
vacation, and we went to. Oh, it's when we were in Texas with my brother, and we went to a whatever the hell
Marshalls,
it is. One of
TJ
those,
Maxx, they're
one of those
amazing.
like. Where they take all the old stuff that didn't sell and they resell
Yeah.
it to us again, and we're like super happy about it.
Yes, we are. Yes.
And my son loved it. It was like a whole batch of different clothing.
Yeah.
He was so happy. He was.
I love it. He's
Oh.
probably like, I can be different. I mean, you really, if you shop around here, whether you go to Vegas, Havasu, or here, it's similar stuff, right?
Yeah, he really he thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I just sat there with my niece and ate pretzels
Like,
from
this is
that was
awful.
it Auntie Annie's place or whatever. We just sat there. And I was like, "What are we doing?" You know me.
Boring.
I'm not a shopper, so.
No.
But
That's exciting.
anyway, very
I always
fun.
feel like when you can find something different, it's always a good day.
Yeah. And what do you got? What do you got going on this week?
Well, I just heard, thanks to you, you're full of knowledge, that my game got to Thursday. Like, what the world is going on?
You got a Thursday night football game for high school.
Yeah, I just am not sure.
So I actually heard
why we don't have ref schedule.
we don't
like,
have
this doesn't
refs.
make
Yeah,
sense.
there's a ref shortage. So
Well, yeah, because we just want to yell at them all the time.
They don't like it?
yeah, you know, I am guilty of that occasionally.
Happens to the best
But
of us.
we do appreciate them. We do need them. So I try to tell other people don't yell at them right before I yell at them. So
Hey,
I
good or
apologize.
bad, I
Happens,
always
it
try to
happens.
say thank you guys for being here because the truth is the matter. You know, you can't go on these fields
Yeah,
without them.
no, it's super tough, and it's like, you know, it's got to be one of the least thankful jobs ever.
Absolutely. Can you imagine? They probably leave there like exhausted.
And they don't make much money.
Yeah.
Oh, they make pretty good money.
My bad.
Yeah, let me tell you. That's why they're out there.
I'll be a ref then. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not.
unfortunately, I think a lot of people have that opinion. Like, I'll be a ref, give me some money, and then after a couple games, they're like,
Like,
"Ooh, get me
this
out of
job."
here." But you know, it's funny because it's the same old dude's been doing it forever, and then you know you see a couple new people come and go, but
Yeah. What are
they've
we gonna
been
do when
basically playing all these sports games because of this handful of people in this whole county for long as I've been
Well, and
around.
I was at volleyball last week, and the same refs were there. You know, it's like, yeah. What are we gonna do when they retire?
Don't know.
Same thing we're going to do when everybody retires out of the workforce. Like, there's a huge gap. You have this old, like, workforce that does so
Yeah.
much, and then you've got a huge gap. You've got all
We're
these
in
young people
trouble.
coming up, and I don't know what we're going to do.
We're in trouble.
We do too. I mean, we're trying to hire people right now.
We just need people to work
Figure
for
it out.
us.
I hear
What
myself.
about the blue moon? Did you like regroup and manifest and like?
You
cleanse
know,
everything?
the A6 or Mercury retrograding was Venusing on the 9th parallel or something. I don't know what happened, but I felt it. I definitely
Okay,
felt
I
it.
was thinking
My
that
crystals
you would.
fell off the shelf. I don't know what else is going on.
I did see quite a few people pick crystals out, and I was like, "Oh, here, this is what Shane's gonna talk about."
I just didn't see the blue in it. I don't know.
Well, I don't know that I saw. I think the clouds around it looked blue, but the
Okay.
face of it was pretty. Did you look at it for real, by any chance?
I'm pretty
There
sure I
it is.
sat in my house and I looked at my blinds and I was like, why does it look like it's daylight outside?
Yeah, it was exceptionally bright.
It was
but
bright.
what I
What day was it
found,
on?
Last week.
Was it Friday or Saturday?
I think it was Saturday.
Saturday.
But it was the face, like you could literally see the indentions of the moon, which was pretty wild.
I normally really enjoy stuff like this, or like when planets are
You just
visible
couldn't
or
because
whatever.
it was so
and
broadcasting.
and
So you were being
I remember literally like looking at my phone and being like, I don't give a
yeah, being grumpy about it. Well, you missed it because
So,
it was really
just
cool.
the moon.
I know.
And
missed
it's not
out
gonna
on the
happen
moon
for another
rays.
like 30 years or something.
I won't see it.
I told Vinny, come look at this moon with me. In 30 years from now, you're going to be looking at this with your son. He's like, what if I have a daughter? I'm like, well, then with your daughter.
He got you though.
Touche.
Touche.
Yeah, touche.
Smarty
So,
pants.
we are hiring. I know we always bring it up, but I had some people ask me about what we do and this and that. And I tell you, we have a really unique workplace. Like, yes, you will talk to customers. You will probably sell some cars. But I mean, we're making videos. We're being silly. We're doing charity work. Like, we do all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff up here. And if you do work hard, we have a great bonus system. So if you sell cars, you will make a pretty fair amount of money.
Yeah.
Do good. Yeah.
So keep that in mind if you are looking for a job.
You don't have to ref games. You could just sell cars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Listen,
Look
I
at that.
promise you will get yelled at less selling cars than you will reffing games.
I don't know.
This is true.
Yeah. So
And you'll make a pretty good living.
we always joke about it because most of us are from the old school car business, which was pretty rough. And nowadays it's relatively warm and fuzzy. So
Yeah.
not perfect, but good business to be in. And it's full of opportunity, which is nice.
That is
Yeah.
benefits and retirement. Cannot go wrong.
Yep. I'm not going to retire.
Never.
I got to quit buying gas and boats. And
Dude, we were just talking about how long we're going to live.
I know.
Jeff's grandma's 103,
Yeah.
and
she'll
she
be
has a
104.
glass of wine every night.
That
Which-
might be
Is
the
it red
secret.
wine
I don't
by
know.
chance?
We always,
Yes, it
because
is.
you always see these people who live to, and they always have pretty, you see that old man on a porch smoking a cigarette, eating
Smoking
bacon, and he's like,
drinking.
Still alive.
yeah, it's not that hard. You just keep living. And then you see some freaking health expert Hollywood person dies at 50, and
Yeah,
you're like, what's the rhyme or
"What's
reason
going
here?
on here?"
And then we were
Too
talking
much
about
good
that
food.
because Jimmy Buffett and Bob Barker died.
I
Ah,
know.
not
I mean,
my
I
idol,
thought-
Bob Barker.
I know.
Listen, I know it was
93?
way too soon for the joke. He died at 99.
99.
And on The Price is Right, you can't
The
go
wheel
over
can't go
100.
over. Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, that's so messed up as I'm laughing about it. I was like, God
The
dang, that's
irony.
funny.
meant to be. It was meant to be.
Internet is undefeated. Unbelievable. So,
My goodness gracious.
yeah, pretty wild. What a
Yeah,
life he
yeah.
must have
Jackpot,
lived.
huh?
And then Jimmy Buffett died.
That's
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah.
It is sad.
But listen, you talk about two people who couldn't have lived better lives.
Right.
Like, Bob Barker was just the king of game shows for like 50 years, and then Jimmy Buffett just cheeseburgers in paradise. Like, I don't feel bad.
Listen, we need that
You had a good run.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Hope I make it to
Little cheers,
99.
little cheers to 99.
99. That's
3
the-
and 0. I
that's
get
the
it. I
age.
get it. You're 3 and 0. This is gonna be a long season.
Oh boy.
Listen, it is a long season already. I was telling the guys yesterday, like, man, at 3-0, you think like the stress would be less, because we've struggled over years. I mean, not every season's
Yeah.
good, and it's only 3 weeks in. Like, there's a lot of football left.
Lot.
But at 3-0, you think you'd be like, on top of the world or something. You're like,
oh, God.
oh man, here we go. It's all right. Let's
How
get some
do we
film
keep
out.
this
And you know, so
It is stressful.
yeah, it
Well,
really
you got,
is.
I mean, you guys are hitting the front of the newspaper left and right.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very cool.
I'm really happy because you know because you know the kids and you hear me gripe about it all the time.
Yes, I do.
I like how I didn't say the B word I wanted to say. But I'm really happy that they're getting a lot of recognition. Obviously, John's been a great football player since the time he got here, and
Yeah.
but we've had it's a team game. Like one man isn't a team, and
Yeah.
all those other guys stepping up and doing a great job, and so I'm happy that they're finally getting some recognition.
Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm always rooting for you except for the 1 week. I mean,
Except for that one game.
It's all right. I'm not going to be
And I
rooting
gotta
for you
root the
either.
other
So
Hey, I'll be there and I'll be rooting for both
yeah,
of you. Okay.
you know, it
How's
really
that?
is bittersweet. I'm telling you, I'm
Jeffy.
always how Mickey do? Oh, how'd this do? How'd that do? How'd
Yeah.
Deacon do? How'd whatever do? And you know, and then it's like, but week 9 is gonna be
we're
rough.
going to pick your. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. So
We're gonna see.
yep, we'll see. It's
I
why you
mean,
played a game,
last
right?
year was the first year you ever won River Valley in like 16 years.
That's why we won by so much to make up for last time. So
So that'll be a good sports spotlight. That's for sure.
oh, it'll be a good one. Absolutely.
And we have
So,
one coming out later today, guys.
very
A
exciting.
Friday's
Yeah.
game.
And
so.
we really appreciate you getting out there and doing that, Jeff. I know that we have such a limited media coverage here in town. It's nice to cover what we can. And I
Yeah.
actually went and watched Mojave volleyball game the other day,
Oh.
and they beat Havasu, and so
Nice.
they got a nice little team. And I think we'll
I
have
think
to
we
find
play
some.
you guys this week. My
We'll have to-
girls go watch the
Yeah, we'll have to sneak Jeff out there and get a little video of that too. Get
Yeah.
those girls some attention. You know,
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Volleyball's serious.
volleyball's
Oh, yeah.
It's
fun.
like-
Volleyball's such a
like
great
fast.
game.
I'm like, yes, I
Yeah.
love that we move fast. I love that this just goes. It's easy.
We would always play volleyball for fun. Like after we'd lift, there'd be someone like Coach Raddick be in there doing open gym volleyball, and so
Did
we'd
you-
go in and play.
Did you fly for it? Did you?
No, I stand there and just try to maul the net.
That's
That's it. I just hang out there and I'm like, listen, I'm prepared to block this ball at all
Hey, it
costs.
is pretty
so.
not
impressive when
running.
they just like jump up in the front of the net and dunk, and you're like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
that was good. How'd
But
you know that was
know,
gonna happen?"
like I really struggle with there's like an art form to hitting it in the ball, like having top spin so it goes down,
Yeah.
right? You know, I'll hit that ball super hard, but it may be 20 feet past the end line. It's like if I can't jump up and actually spike it down, it's not going
It's not
anywhere.
working.
So yeah,
It's not an easy game for
nah,
sure.
it's a tough game, super
Yeah.
fun, but.
Oh man, we got a lot going on in the community.
We got a lot
and
going
it's-
on. So as we know, as fall rolls around,
Back
everybody
at it.
comes out. Back to school
Yeah.
stuff, fundraisers, golf tournaments, block parties.
Where do
This
you
is
want
when-
to start?
This is when you start
Blah.
seeing
Listen,
my-
Jeff, just
my-
start throwing them up there. Let's do
All right,
this.
let's
My
start-
videos of my
let's start with
schedule.
I
this
know
one.
Christy has notes. We're not going to use them. Let's
No,
go.
all right.
All right.
Oktoberfest. We know that's coming up September 30th. That's always a fun event. Again, support the community. A great.
Does that
way to
lady's
do
face
that.
look funny, or is it just me?
It looks funny.
Listen, I think
Maybe
she might
too
look
many
like
beers.
a boy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone
Yeah,
just had
about
had a thing and they just implanted some hair on a dude.
Well, you know,
Well,
you
Bud
never
Light-
know
Bud Light would
nowadays
use
if
it.
you never
Whoa!
know.
That was bad. Okay, next.
Good move on fast. All right. So anyway,
Sometimes we get a little wild here.
yeah.
We Care Golf Tournament. This is the newer one, I'm assuming. Oh, yeah, second annual. So if you want to get involved, September 9th, that will be happening at Laughlin Ranch.
And listen, we so Help Sport, We Care, Cancer Support Center. We always tell you, listen, if you don't golf, we get it, but most people do. Go
Yeah.
out, golf, have some fun, and play for a good cause. Usually, you get your food, you meet a lot of great people.
It's a great
And it's
time
all for a good
to
cause.
network too.
Yeah.
So if you own your own business or you
That's
know
why I don't go, because I get mad. I'm like, God dang it, ball in the fairway.
Shane's out,
They're like, whoa.
you throw your clubs.
Yeah. Ironically, I don't, because I really just don't care. Like, you know, we'll golf. I haven't golfed in a long time, but, you know, I would golf with Matt and some of the guys and hit a good ball and be like, all right, cool. Hit a bad ball and be like, oh, yeah, whatever.
They're like,
Uh-huh.
get angry.
Yeah. No, they're great because I'm usually like a C or D player. So as long as I'm not the worst player,
Hey, team up with the best. That's what I always do.
yeah, play with Matt. That's my strategy.
Yeah, when I was
Yeah, there you
coaching,
go.
I'm like, listen, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but he knows what he's doing. I
Yeah.
just control the kids.
All right, next up.
This is Mojave, or Black Mountain Realty is doing their mixer this Thursday. It looks like they're doing donations for.
What time is this at?
5:30. party.
Right in the middle.
I know.
That's all right.
That's what I was just talking to someone from the chamber, and I was saying, you know, this time of the year is really hard because you get there's so
Everybody's
much,
got soccer practice, football games, volleyball, back to school, plays, like.
Yeah, and parents, you know, unless you have teenage drivers, you're driving them everywhere. So
Which I
it's
do.
so challenging.
My baby boy's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh.
He's gonna be 17.
17.
Wow.
Yeah.
One more year, the teens, huh?
No, he's got more years of teens.
I was
17,
like-
18,
I
19.
meant till he's an adult.
Yeah. Hey,
you got
I
one
was
year
just,
to do something
Yeah.
stupid, son. So
I was
get
just
it out of your
sitting
system.
in bed last night thinking about both boys are going to be 18, and I was like, ooh, parent number 2, don't have to worry about you no more. You and your nonsense can carry on.
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, it's really weird to think, you know, that kid's still going to be a legal adult in a year. Like,
Yeah.
Here's one
Well,
for you.
and you know what happens is then they get the attitude of that, like, oh, well, I'm an adult. And you're like, yeah, we still live under my roof.
give me my debit card back then. Yeah.
This is a new one, the Casa Charity Car Show. So excited. $25. It's not till November, so you have a little time if you want to enter that. Please,
Very
please, please.
cool.
We saw them last week on the show, so great.
Might put my
And
Camaro in
if
that
you
show.
didn't see the show, what is Casa Council?
So they help kids who are in the system, basically, domestic violence or whatever the case.
So I didn't watch the show,
Ugh.
but I talked to the gentleman when he was up there, and it was like, no, I know, man. You don't have to tell me again.
Yeah. I mean, literally, we started the show with a poem. They both were crying immediately. I'm like, Jeff, just bring the tissue out.
Just bring tissues.
Yeah, throw
but
it out
yeah,
there.
they I mean, they really help with things that, you know, people in their absolute hardest situations, and they're the people who kind of step up and get them through it.
Yeah.
A part of it at least, and they're great people, and very excied to support them again
Yeah.
and go
They have their
participate in the car
golf
show.
tournament also.
Yep, golf tournament coming up.
Well, let's go with this one.
Oh, that's our Chiari Walk. That's coming up on the 16th. So that is, of course, local. Does not cost anything. Show up, take your family, do the walk, enjoy the day. There's lots of raffles and gift items. We have quite a few local people who suffer from this, let alone
Yes.
everybody else.
Cool. And then
Look at our Vaughn's mission.
Man, that's a big dollar amount.
It's a big check.
Yeah, it's
You
a very
know-
long check. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not tall enough.
No, it's very well. We're short people, so we went with a longer check. This mission was
That's
started
funny.
15 years ago, where they started with 25 hospice homebound patients. So, really, kind of a different. You know, we hate to think about when we get old and homebound, but there's tons of people that these hospice agencies deal with who don't have family and don't have anyone to have Thanksgiving for. So they started this mission. We are now up to 550 meals that will go out
wow.
the day before Thanksgiving to, again, homebound. A lot of these are veterans, but, you know, you just get to put a smile on a face. And so my Mojave Sunrise Rotary Group did a huge donation.
the goats right
to
there.
them. They are, man. Warm and fuzzy. It's
Warm and
pretty
fuzzy.
amazing.
Cool stuff.
You know, so Medi was very detrimental to me becoming so into the community, and he is in there. And then Anita was also another person that kind of, you know, taught me the ropes of volunteering and showing up for the community. And they're
You know, it's really
Matt
interesting
Hanahan.
because I think a lot of people don't look at service as being important. And until you actually get out there and you experience it, and then you see the benefit, and usually at a financial cost to yourself,
Yeah.
but you see the benefit being bigger, and it's really important, I think, that people get involved. So
So cool.
Very cool.
there's
Okay,
always
I got
something. Yep, there's
goosebumps.
always something you can do out
Goosebumps.
there. So
Yeah.
it's not because it's cold in here, because it's hot as hell.
No, it's
Yeah.
because it's, again, the Vaughn's mission is outside of these normal, you know, bigger events that we raise money for. And this is the hospice agencies in the tri-state community. So it goes all the way up to Peach Springs and to Havasu. So it's pretty cool to see those groups also come together, and then to have so much support from the community.
Very exciting.
Pretty cool.
And we made the first page of the newspaper.
Yay!
That means you have to buy lunch.
Buy lunch.
It's a rule.
It is
something.
Taco Tuesday.
Oh.
I'll buy you
Sounds
$1
good.
taco.
I actually think I told John Wilson I was going to lunch with him today.
Oh. Well, good luck with
I completely forgot until we just started making lunch plans, and I was like,
Can't
wait,
do it.
I'm doing something. So,
Already
Well,
did.
you're so busy these days.
oh my gosh, listen, what do they say? Like, you can't complain if that's what you said you wanted, but man, I'm whooped. Like, I get home and I'm like, literally don't do squat for like an hour, and then I'm like, all right, what are we going here? We got to do some things or whatever. But
Listen, I made it over to the coffee shop twice last week. Man, those
Listen.
rolls. Like, it's just smells of home baking.
you know what really screwed me up is they finally brought me some cookies.
Oh,
Oh boy.
you're in now.
And you know, I love cookies. Like,
Soft spot.
I'm a fat guy. I love cookies.
Do you dip them in milk?
I didn't these ones.
You don't even
But
need to.
normally, I'll go to Safeway and grab some of the Safeway bakery cookies. And I'm like, I like them. I'm good with it. I don't bake. So if I want cookies
Yeah,
like that,
That's going to have to work.
I got some of theirs. And I felt like, I don't want these crap cookies anymore. I want the good ones.
Gotta
Literally,
go homemade.
when I got them the other day, I made it out to the truck, and I was like, just wait, Christy, just wait. I'm like, no.
It reminds me, I don't know if you ever borrowed like someone who had a nicer car than you and you didn't want to give it back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was kind of like that,
Yeah.
like when I was a kid and I drove a crappy car, I didn't know it was a crappy car until I drove a nicer car. And then I was
You're
like,
what am I doing? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
So fun.
It happened.
So fun.
Yeah, not exciting.
What else we got, Jeff?
Well, we got the deals of the week. You want to go with the deals? Of
Hold
the week?
on, hold
Hold
on.
on.
What do we have?
Deals of the week.
No.
Jeff Steals
We have
of
Jeff's
the
Deals of the
Week.
Okay, I get it.
Jeff about to turn on the game show voice and
Let's
give
go.
us
All right,
the
you guys
rundown.
ready?
Let's
You're
do
ready.
this.
All right, first up is a 2022 Toyota 4Runner SR5.
Love it.
This vehicle right here has only 8,000 miles on it. It's like brand new.
That is.
I looked at it over pretty good, and I didn't see a scratch on this thing. It is beautiful. It's ready to go. It's down here at the used car lot in Fort Mojave. You could be driving this thing away today.
Woo!
Get on down here and check that out because it's worth looking at, definitely. All right, and then second up, we have two deals of the week, and we're going to bring those on right now. And the first one's going to be a 2018 Chevrolet Trax LT.
Oh, those are nice gas
And
savers.
the second one is going to be a 2021 Chevrolet Trax LT. So both of these are LTs. Very nice condition, also low mileage. On the 2018, we have 52,000 miles. And then on the 23, we have 60,000 miles, a little more than normal, but still a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So those are your deals of the week, guys. Check them out.
Dang, look at that Argonda rundown.
Look
That is
at that.
officially Jeff's Deals of the Week now.
Yeah.
So,
Listen,
guess
I'm impressed
you have
with
to
this
mic
voice
myself up
every Tuesday.
yeah, very exciting. So those tracks are, we're getting a lot of them. We do buy some, of course, but we get a lot of them in trade right now because the new tracks came out. New
Yeah, they
tracks
want
is
the
such
new
a
ones.
great deal. But those are such a good value because they were never expensive to start with. So
No.
you can
Right.
get a,
And the gas mileage is great.
yeah, gas
And you
mileage
get
is great.
a
Instead of getting a
SUV
little tiny
style.
car,
Yeah, there's room in them.
yeah, now you get an SUV, a little bit more room, a little bit more leg room, a little bit more headroom,
Yes.
and but they're priced like a Cruise would have been back in the day. So
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
So get on
Which
down
is
here and check them
exciting
out.
for the sports. In fact, I think our radio ad this time is the one that I was like, hey, how do we fit all our sports stuff in these cars?
You're all, we don't.
Well, you get
So
a
what's funny is I have a full size truck, and I can put some of my son's stuff in the back, but it stinks.
So just throw it in
So
the
I
way
always
back.
put it in the bed, but it's been storming so
Great,
much. Like we're coming
yes.
back, and I'm like, oh god.
Don't put
it's-
it back there. Put it in. I'm like, good.
Yeah,
Between
luckily,
smelling you and those socks, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah,
Right now.
we come back
Yeah.
from Phoenix after the first game we had. Was it 3 weeks ago now? Three
3-0. Got
3 weeks
it.
ago now.
Yes.
But I thought, God, this stuff's gonna be soaked. It's gonna be so gross. But we drove back at like earmuffs highway patrol, like 90 miles an hour the whole way back.
God.
And it was so funny because all the wind just goes right off from like the cab to about 3/4 of the way back. There's 0 drops of water
Shut up.
in the back of that truck.
You were racing the
Going
rain.
so fast, it was going right over you.
Yeah. Like they're designed that way, like the aerodynamics, and they kind of go off, so they're supposed to like not catch the tailgate and
Yeah.
all that. And it was bone dry, and I just
Genius.
laughed. I was like, didn't
was
tell
racing
Benjamin.
the rain.
Yeah, and it was nasty. Like, it was coming down. So,
But man, I feel like these last 3 weeks of travel really have been pretty rainy.
yeah. Well, I tell you, it was nasty on Friday night when we played, but we were inside, and so like dodged all that bullet.
Don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was driving, but I left early. Thankfully, Tony let me leave early, so I didn't have to rush and rain the whole
had
way.
time to
but
go
it
to
wasn't
Ross.
too bad. I had time to go.
Yeah, I got time to go, Ross.
My son loves Ross.
Hey, you can get
Listen,
good stuff in
man.
there.
I go in there and I get like irritated because I just feel like
Oh, you have
it's
to
like a
dig.
yard sale. Like, I can't stand it. And Benjamin's like, "What's this? What's
I know.
this? Oh,
I
look
can go
at
into
this.
any
What's
Ross.
this?"
I
You
know exactly which ones I want to deal with, which ones I don't, what I'm looking for, what I'm not, because they're all set up the same, but you have to dig.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
You
with
got to
passion.
dig for it.
And
Yeah.
then I always like to go see if there's like a deal on shoes, and there's rarely any
Your big
13s.
size.
Yeah, like I'm in between 13 and 14, so it's like a funky shoe size.
Yeah.
And usually they only have like the weirdest
The weird
clown
one.
shoes ever. They're like
Yeah.
bright yellow with purple spots.
Which
and
some are cool.
No, they're not.
No,
I know.
not
Well,
cool.
TJ Maxx and Marshall are kind of, they're not as yard selly for one. They're a little more pricey, but they definitely have the different things
the
that you're
Target
looking
of
for.
yard sales?
Yeah. So I got to hit both of those, and they had all three in one little shopping center. Genius. I mean, a mom's heaven. And so, the kids are all wearing these face shirts these days. Like, that's the new style. Like, the faces, like the old Boys to Men.
Oh,
like,
God.
Yeah. So I
So
was
the
able to
funny
find
thing
some-
is it's from our era.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody dressed like that back in the day. Like, once every blue moon, you'd see somebody wear that, and you'd be like, oh, all right, whatever, you know?
Listen, I told the kids, I could show you some pictures of my outfits.
Yeah.
You guys are wearing the same stuff right now.
It's so
Yeah,
weird.
comes back.
We were cool. That's why they were.
That's
trying
why
to
they're
say.
coming back.
That's why they're coming back.
right.
I mean, we could go back to Jeff's era and the
Oh,
big
boy.
hair and the
The 80s, yeah. Big hair, hairspray. Psh, psh.
Aquanet.
Aquanet,
Hey, you
you know
can
it.
order Aquanet. It's
Ripped
like
up
$15.
jeans.
Is that good or bad?
$15 for a can of Aquanet. Used to
What
be
is it?
99
Like
cents.
hairspray?
Used to be 99 cents.
So,
Went
you
up to
know,
For
clearly-
my 80s party, I wanted
I
to walk
didn't-
around
yeah.
with the can, but I'm like, I am not
For
spending
$15, it's not a good prop?
Yeah, no.
I'm in the like in between phase of my hair where I either need to cut it short again or I need
Or
to let it
grow
grow
it out.
long. And I
Gel
hate
it.
when it's long. But I
It's
also
football season, though.
well, and so then I don't typically trim my beard very much
Mm-hmm.
during football season. But if I cut my hair short, it looks really wild, you know. So
I noticed your son was growing
my
Pretty much
son's just letting
some
it all
facial hair.
go.
He looks a lot older.
Listen.
Yeah, he got a little. He hadn't quite got the full beard, but he's got a pretty good beard.
Yeah, it's
He's
coming
like,
along.
And,
it's coming, Dad.
But he's
coming
got
along.
hair like down to here, so
Yeah.
he looks just like a dirty lineman. It's
Yes, he does.
it's so funny.
There's a lot
He
of
fits
kids
the
on your
role.
team that just look like they're just like,
Yeah,
just like, dang, like they're big.
Yeah.
Ben said he's 285, so
Woo!
Yeah.
Big, solid.
bigger than his
team.
dad. I checked. I was under 270 this morning.
You're winning.
Yeah, no,
No, he's winning.
just getting old. I think I'm just losing
Muscle.
bone muscle or something. Like
He's like,
my
this
bone
is all
density is
muscle.
going away.
You're
You
like,
know?
yeah, mine's
Well, we
fading.
do get
I'm
older.
wasting away to nothing.
It happens.
Dang.
I'm
It
down to,
happens.
it's been my
Over
joke for
40.
years, but now it's really happening. I'm like, I'm down to 270. I'm really down to
You're
270.
like, I gotta eat more cookies.
Yeah, that'll fix it. That's funny.
Listen, I don't even know.
Yeah. Wild
Happy
times.
Tuesday. We'll have the girls from Vaughn's Mission on Thursday show.
Very exciting. You know, we kind of just
I'm really
glanced
excited.
over being Labor Day. It was kind of a
I didn't
weird
see
Labor
really
Day.
a lot of pictures or boating or
Must not have been enough laboring
even
throughout
see
the
I think
year.
fireworks.
everyone left.
I feel like not enough people were
Pictures?
working this year to celebrate it. So
The RV had their fireworks.
I didn't see any videos
No,
from it.
I didn't see many videos
Uh-uh.
either. No,
Maybe people are putting their phones down and enjoying each other.
doubt it.
I'm
I
not.
went to 2 movies. Listen, if you get a chance to go watch The Hill, it's a baseball movie. It's based on a true story. So good.
Shane shaking
You
his
would
head.
even like it. And then I went and watched the Weird Car movie, which is actually based on a true story as well, but a gaming story with my son. And that
Gran
worked out good.
Turismo one.
It was
So
really
weird.
good. I know, 3 hours. It's like a long movie.
That movie
way
is
too
gonna
long.
make like a whole nother wave of kids be like, "I'm gaming. I'm gonna make it," and you're like, "Okay."
Well,
It's the equivalent of wanting to make the NBA when I was a kid.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I sat next to my kid who is a gamer, and I thought it was like a race car movie. I didn't realize really what it was, but it was 100% down his alley. And I was like, geez, Louise, what are we doing
Do
here
your kids
right
normally
now?
watch movies?
No.
Mine don't
hate
either.
them.
I had a long talk about this. Like, I feel like movies can be a good or bad influence, but they are an influence.
Yeah.
And I think back to the movies that we watched when we were young and how they influenced us. And then I just think about what these kids watch and what influences them. You know, you got them out there being like, Logan Paul's the man. You're like, is he? I don't know.
I don't know. This world that these kids, I mean, having a relationship nowadays, you know, movies, I mean, just really everything is not.
Listen, I'm
What we
old.
did.
The world's passed me by. I'm good with it.
Wild.
I just try to tell my son, what you see is not the only thing to consider. Like, there's a lot out there. So
There is. Movies are a great family time, though. That's really like. I took my parents actually to watch The Hill, so I took them on.
did
a
you
date
get
day.
a bunch of crunch and popcorn?
So I am trying. not to
88. It's the best
eat-
$88 you'll ever spend.
$88. Dang.
You are right about that. We did get popcorn, and they both got a candy.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Me and my daughter just get that little thing. We just dump our bunch of crunch on it.
You do on the popcorn.
It's so good. I would never do that anywhere else, but I go to a movie and I'm like, let's
This is
go,
what's
let's do
happening.
it. Shh.
Here's our order.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Well, if you guys were putting your phone down this week and enjoying family, kudos to you. Most important, family time. Talk to your kids. Make good choices. Have a good day.
This is the people that then, like, 2 days later, they're like, oh, I totally forgot to dump these 88 photos I didn't mean to take. You're like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, let's just
Okay.
be honest. I don't know if this is what you use Facebook
I was
for,
in
but
the
I
moment.
love the memories. So
Yes.
I am a Facebook poster because I want those memories.
When I was a kid, I just never understood why my parents had books of photo albums. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, what are we just going to look at this over and over again? Like,
Yeah.
and now that's how I look at my social media, is like a giant digital
It's a
photo
saver.
album.
Agreed. I mean, sometimes memories come up and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that even happened. So if I'm annoying you with my photo dumps, it's because I want the
follow.
memories.
Yeah,
and I
unfollow her.
Don't follow. It's not that complicated. Listen,
Oh, boy.
like every 6 months, I go through and unfollow like half the people on there, and then I'm like, no.
Eventually they
Then I get irritated again. Like 6 months later, I'm like, clean it all out, you know. So
Yes. I always love when people like feel guilty about it and they're like, just so you know, I'm deleting people on my, don't take it personal. Blah, blah,
hey,
blah,
they
blah."
do take it personal. I get some angry. Did you
Oh, yeah.
remove me? And I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
Must have been on accident.
No, I just tell
You
them.
just say yes.
I just tell them. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. You post a lot of stupid shit.
Sick of
Listen,
seeing it.
I can either delete you or
Or
say what I think, and you
Sometimes
don't want that.
people don't post anything. It's like, what is the point of just you hanging out and like contribute something?
Okay, let's talk about this for 1 second. Do you ever think it's weird when you see somebody out and about that you really don't know, but because they're so, so much going on Facebook from them, you
I say
feel
hi
like,
to 'em.
Yeah. Do you feel weird when people don't say hi?
Yes.
That makes me delete.
I think it's
people.
weirder.
Yeah, because like if we're Facebook friends and we're constantly like, oh hey, cool, blah 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 blah, and we see each other out, and you're like,
But I
"Get
say
me
hi
married?"
to the same extent that I say hi to anybody. It's like, hey, that's it. So,
I'm
Hey.
always like, hey, great job for your kid.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm always, if I saw like you walk through the store, I'd be like, hey,
It'd be
Hey,
the same response.
see you later. See you in a couple days. So they're probably like, oh, that was weird. That wasn't enough of a hi. Like, that guy must not like me.
Like he doesn't like me. Well, we're gonna end with perfectly imperfect world that we live in.
yes.
3-0.
basically-
I'm gonna manifest
I'm
4-0
basically
for
saying
you.
the same thing. You're saying perfectly imperfect. I'm like,
Yeah, right there. Hey, happy Tuesday. Have a great week. We will see you back here on Thursday. Thanks
Bye,
for
everybody.
watching.
See ya.
hit this off my.